Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 63 of Journey to the Farlands. Here we are. Oh, goodness, I am we're starting today off strong. I'm starting the stream tired. I'm already tired, so it's just gonna be kind of a tired, rambly stream. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, but I need to charge my iPad, so I figured I'd give some conversation and talk about some things. I think you guys seem to be liking the commentary episodes, so I think I should probably carry it on a little bit. Um, but yeah, what's gone on today? I guess I'll just go right into what has gone on today. Elden Ring. Well, I mean, school, of course, but school is school. And then I played Elden Ring with Nico. Pretty late. Now we're actually finally getting our grips and things. Finally starting our save. I was doing some file shuffling, moving stuff over to other drives and things. I'll definitely maybe over my break here. Maybe I'll if I don't have enough on my plate, I may set up my computer. I literally pick it up. It's fine, but maybe do some fine tuning things, like fix all the filing stuff, organize everything. I guess I don't know if I really sound tired, but I am. How long will I stream today? Is a good question that I have just asked myself. I ask myself questions. I don't need you guys. No, not that I really need people to watch. I like people to watch, but it's not required. Um, but yeah, how long am I gonna stream for today? You guys may be asking. Probably the usual length. I mean, we're 3 minutes in, and yeah. I probably won't extend too much further than an hour. I feel like if I go any further than that, I will be what's trying to think. Trying to think of some terms. I shouldn't be thinking of my extensive vocabulary at this hour. Extensive vocabulary. Trying to think of something that would work. I forgot about it anyway. Bit of a scatterbrain myself. All over the place. I was trying to think of an episode title as well before the stream, but I couldn't think of something. I'm at a loss for naming today. I'll have to think of something. Probably a joke on me streaming at 1 a.m. Which, yes, I am streaming at 1 a.m. in my local time. So yeah, it's we're doing great. We're doing great. I would have done the stream earlier, but you know, I was pretty enthralled by Elden Ring, and then I ran into some technical issues trying to get a new save going with him or with Nico. And getting the multiplayer to work, and then we just tried doing some mod stuff, and now I realized that my computer is just slow because of the storage configuration. So I was just fixing that, and I left things behind. So I'm like, nah, I'm just like, oh, whatever. I should film an episode, even though technically it's the 21st now, 21st January. This will still be the 20th episode, technically. Just I include it like that just because I don't really care, because it's still technically the night of the 21st, or maybe the night of the 20th. So that's how I kind of process things. I figure that makes sense. I mean, not really, but I have my way with things. I definitely have my way with things. So yeah, I've been just great, just great. I'm gonna make sure everything's going smoothly. Oh yeah, everything's going smoothly with my. I'm transferring the game over to my other drive. I'm just making sure everything's all good. It seems like you guys can hear the stream as well. I always like to check the audio stuff. You never know when I'm pulling shenanigans, trying to sabotage my own streams. So I'm not doing the audio. I've done that a few times. So it's good to kind of get that under control. And the easiest way to stay on track on the Journey of the Farlands is just to stay habitual to everything. Kind of do this. I would do this kind of episode scheme and make sure I have the compass here, I'm always kind of keeping an eye on it, because I know where the needle needs to be facing for me to be going the right direction. Spawn is, over yonder this way towards the red needle there. It's, an odd 2.16 million blocks. So there's not really any plans for me to be heading back home anytime soon. Not that there's anything at home at spawn to be seen. I think my Farland base will be a bit more impressive. I definitely think that'll be my pride and joy of the series. Even though most of the series will be this. This is what everyone's gonna have to get used to, because it's gonna be like a year or years or however long it takes to get there's worth of content. So we're gonna be in here for the long ride. Even though I'm doing like an hour or more a day, but even that doesn't cut it for Journey to the Farlands. If you wanted to get there efficiently, you'd have to travel like 30k a day, which I did do at one point, but that was also summer. Even though I did work a job, I was still able to do that. But I very quickly clicked that that was not. Oh. Gosh, I'm doing got some alien control here. What's that thing? Alien arm syndrome is what it's called. Where like the arm is all wonky. It's kind of like what's going on here. It would make a good episode title, but I've already gotten a syndrome episode. Whatever. Who am I to say I can't do that? Maybe I'll look it up. Make sure I'm. Yeah, that's the actual name. Oh, it's alien hand syndrome. Maybe I'll call the episode that. Just for fun. Because I kind of just grasp at straws most of the time now for naming. If I think of something, then I name it that. That's pretty much it. Which, you'd expect that to be the way things go, but it's interesting. I'm depending. I might take a break in a bit to not ready to do anything. I don't really have anything to do besides go to bed. But I will. I'm gonna be checking out Elden Ring, making sure that works. I'm not gonna do a whole lot. I'm just gonna boot it up. So it might take a 5-minute break at some point. But I guess you YouTube viewers may not have to worry unless you're watching like right after I upload this. Well, I haven't edited the last few episodes yet, which I know they're on YouTube, and even one of them that I didn't edit. It was a clean cut anyway. It was an hour long. Most of my hour-long episodes are clean, are fairly clean. I don't cut out like awkward moments where I'm like forgetting things. I just leave that in. Or when I need to do stuff, I tend to cut the stuff where I need to, that kind of thing. But some of that stuff just slips by. It doesn't seem like you guys actually care too much anyway. I haven't gotten anyone who has any particular stance on the editing, so I'm gonna kind of just leave things as it is, and I'll just slowly work my way through episodes. Get a bit of a pile worked up, and then just go through them. So people watching episodes after I've edited them are a bit more lucky, I guess. I don't know. They don't really get much. There's not too much different though. It's just the intro is gone. I think even that episode, one of the episodes I started, I think it was the no commentary one yesterday. It started right in the game, or it was like right in the main menu, which I tend not to do. I usually do the starting soon, but I don't really know why I do that. I usually just do that when I want to grab like water or something. Because usually most streamers just do it because they want to give their viewers time to tune in. I don't really have much of that to worry about. So I guess that's basically just there. So yeah, things have been same old, same old. I guess we got a new episode. The new Journey to the Farlands episode, or a new kind of most viewed episode, which has hit 500 views, which is just mind-boggling, especially for someone like me who thought this was gonna go nowhere. I kind of just thought we'd find our little slice of the pie and that'd be good, but 500 views, that's something. I mean, it's no like modern stats of million. It's not like millions or anything, but I'm not looking for that. So the fact that I'm getting viewership on stuff that I'm not really trying to tailor to any algorithm or anything. I think I maybe even inadvertently appeasing the algorithm somehow, because a lot of the videos seem to be getting good viewership these days. So maybe the algorithm is picking up things about it that it likes. So if you do find this through the algorithm, then this is a pure coincidence. There's no algorithmic cheatery going on. What was that? I heard something. Oh, it's just a passive mob. But yes. But as for the world here, I think we got like one more week here of pretty standard length episodes and maybe a day or two off. Depends on how exam studying goes. But there may be a lot less, or maybe like, things may be starting to get a little bit less consistent. And then with the exam break, I may play on this more, or I may do Newcraft. I haven't quite decided on what I'm going to gravitate towards. I always like to do Journey to the Farlands, but sometimes I prefer to play Newcraft, or I might get sucked into something else over the break. So I'm not going to promise like crazy megasodes or anything, but in case they do happen, there's forewarning in case it does. I mean, I could use getting forward in this world, but then again, I don't really want to push it. I've already tried, and yeah, yeah, that was I guess I'm still kind of pushing it, but it's a weekend. It's a weekend. Not a school night. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm not. I'm not putting myself. I mean, it's definitely not the healthiest thing in the world. Being up at this time doing this kind of stuff, but I want to get this content made. I didn't want to just do nothing today. At least, yeah, basically. I didn't want to just do nothing in the world. I look forward to doing the journeying. As funny as it sounds, for just walking, it could be quite fun. Like I said, there's a reason I keep doing this. I keep walking. I keep on keeping on towards the inevitability of the Farlands. And the yawning as well. It's just a symptom of being tired. And also the slow talking. Kind of the monotone today. Yeah, basically. Just because I've made emphasis enough of it. I feel like every episode where I'm streaming late, I always make like reference to it like every 5 minutes. Like I'm always like, especially in like Burning the Midnight Oil, which was an early episode that I filmed at like 11. I think it was on like a school night or something. So I was like staying up late, and I was like, ugh. Oh, that was fun. Or maybe it was a weekend. I have no idea. Most of my weekend streams go pretty late because usually the Journey of the Farlands is like the last thing I do in the day, and it's just because I don't really know how much time I want to put into Journey of the Farlands by default. I just kind of put time into it based off where I end up. So sometimes it's a few hours, sometimes it's just one, sometimes it's less than that, sometimes it's not at all. So inconsistency is quite expected. Oh yes, hello there. This is no, this isn't modded. This is vanilla, believe it or not. Vanilla Java Minecraft. It's not modern. by any stretch of the imagination. It's beta, so this is 12 years old. 12 years old, Minecraft. So it's a long time ago. Beta 1.7.3, of course. Yes. It's pretty old though, as it looks. Why I choose beta 1.7.3 in specific? Well, it's the last version that had the Farlands in them. Well, otherwise, I'd just be in modern Minecraft by default. I wouldn't go earlier than this, other than for like a challenge or something. But this is kind of the last major version that I can do a journey to the Farlands in before they got removed from the game. And I just kind of found it to be a cool idea to walk to the Farlands, and wanted to do a bit of almost a tribute. I don't know if that's odd to do a tribute to someone who attempted the journey and passed, but I don't know. What are the Farlands? They're a wondrous phenomenon. It's a train generation thing that happens 12.5 million blocks from spawn in like all directions. So I'm just happen to be walking to the corner of one of the one of the corners of the Farlands. Maybe I can show you a picture here if I can find one on the giant cliff thing. Here, I'll show you. I'll get a picture here for you. Don't mind me being a little slow just because this is a bit late for me to stream, but get some coverage on the series at least today. Let me see if I can find my photo I took. Well, it might be on. I think it was in my thumbnails thing here. Usually I shuffle things around, so. I'll see if I can find it. If not, then I'll just show it in my test world. But yeah, it's like a big old wall thing. Oh, I saw it for a second, but it moved. Oh, I saw it. But yeah, it's like a big old Swiss cheese thing. It looks like kind of Swiss cheese into the terrain. It's just a big old wall that goes up to build height, which is 128 in beta 1.7.3. Oh, I wanted to show it because it's kind of hard to. I mean, I guess I explained it decently, but kind of understand it when you actually see it. Okay, maybe I'll just have to pull up my picture of it another time. I gotta remember where I put it. Well, that's a long time ago. I don't remember having a wolf for a long time. I haven't had a pet wolf in a long time in this world. Okay, I'll just pull up a picture though. Yeah, it's a bit niche in Minecraft. Like it last existed 12 years ago, so it's not very common place. People just kind of think of it as a mythical thing that just exists in every old Minecraft world, which it does. But um, yeah, it's quite ancient. And I wanted to see if I could get a good solid photo of the corner, just to show you the magnitude of such. Maybe I'll just show this. That's a pretty good idea. Do I like the newer versions? Oh yeah. I love the new versions. There's a lot to love about new Minecraft. I'm not like a stickler. I kind of like both. I like the best of both worlds, which I guess not the best universal answer, but I don't know. I have no real issues with it, with modern stuff. I have played on a fair share of servers and stuff that are run on modern Minecraft, so yeah. Okay, I think I found a photo. It's a bit blurry because it's old. Oh yeah, yeah, I'm a SimCity fan. Yeah, that's just my thing while I'm doing stuff here. Monitor 1, would that be that? Yes, that would be that. Okay. That is the Farlands, in case you wanted to know. Like I said, it's like Swiss cheese. It's a wall that goes up to build height. And just imagine this. This stretches from 12,500,000 or whatever, 12,550,821 blocks. And it goes all the way around. It's a big old box around the world, basically. It wasn't purposely coded into the game. It was an accident. But it was quite a cool accident. So, yeah, there's a select few people who've found it interesting enough to put in the time, the crazy crazy time it takes to do such journey. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm heading towards, and I'll perhaps get there one day if I put enough effort in, because people have done it before. It's not completely impossible. Yes, onward ho. Towards the Farlands, indeed. Yeah, everyone finds their things they like to do, and for some, it's walking to a weird terrain generation glitch that only occurs in a version, or only occurs in versions predating 12 years ago. So, yeah, everyone kind of finds what they want to do. It just happens to be what I've landed on. I mean, not that I don't play modern Minecraft, I still do that, but yeah. Yeah, for the people who've tuned into my YouTube and my Twitch here, it's just been watching me walk, which is quite fun indeed. Which I guess I got color me surprised a little bit. I mean, I kind of expected to find some audience, but there's actually like a notable amount of people who actually just want to watch someone walk and talk about random things. It's interesting though. I guess it's good to have a series like this that's much more chill and down to earth. Much more chill and down to earth rather than, the whole fast-paced modern Minecraft where everything's trying to top then the big thing and trying to become the new big thing and everything's topping each other. Oh, how have I talked to stuff like that before? I definitely have. Got the broken record thing going. When you're tired, you repeat yourself. But yeah, that's kind of the situation. Gotta try and navigate this terrain here. Try not to take too much fall damage. Simpler times, yes. Indeed. No auto jump, no sprinting, no experience, no hunger, no enchanting. I mean, of course, no experience, no enchanting, no end. Pretty much no structures in the game. Like the only structure in the game is literally the spawner. So it's quite old, and this is like the best you get in beta. Well, I meant like no end dimension. Of course, there's an end. Like there's there's like the getting all the diamonds and all that jazz. There's like a natural progression to the game, but there's like an end point. But there's no like end dragon or end dimension or whatever, though. That's what I meant. That wouldn't be added until kind of beta 1.8 through to release 1.0, the legendary. Be the wonderful stuff that would follow this. Oh yeah. Beta 1.8 added pretty much everything I just noted. Beta 1.8 and I guess through to release 1.0 added the end dimension. It added like Enderman. Enderman don't exist in this version. There's like not the new biomes which were added. Then why wouldn't they have? If this is beta, they wouldn't have all these trees. Oh, no, these trees existed. They've existed for a while. Like the release versions were quite different to late beta. This is late beta, although as well though. There's a lot of beta versions. And more, I guess the earlier beta was only oak back then. I think maybe early beta had it like that. I mean, it might have even just been like alpha or infdev or something. Cause yeah, I guess I'm just used to this now. But oh, there's some stuff though. I mean, this was technically, it's referred to as like the oldest. It's referred to as the oldest update to Minecraft before everything kind of changed, because adding hunger to the game changed the game quite a lot, and also the new dimension and the new biomes and everything. So it had a whole new world generation engine in 1.8. Are there mobs? Yeah, there are mobs. You'll see the odd passive mob around, and there's the standard cast of midnight horrors of those zombies and skeletons and spiders and stuff. But yeah, we'll see if we can find anything. It's just quite isolated just because of this particular biome. You know, the snow biome doesn't. There's not really much that actually spawns in the snow biome in beta here. It's usually just the plains and the forest that you find things like the sheep, pigs, and all that jazz. I need to get my wool from somewhere. Don't really need anything else, really. I'm pretty self-sufficient. Oh. Also, old sounds. Forgot about that. Did not mention that there are old sounds. Oh yeah, there's a pig right here. Ah yes, pigs. And a chicken. And a chicken, yes. Let's see what we can find here. Oh, I should. That's what I should have done. I should have thrown a snowball. They make a funny noise with the old sound mod I have. Modification to the sound. Whatever. Maybe the next snow biome. How are we doing on mushrooms? Good. I'll thrive on mushrooms too in this world. That's like my food source. They're quite easy to get. You can find them quite commonly under trees. So kind of my main food. And it also heals a lot of hearts, which is quite odd to say, because usually it's like, oh, it heals this many hunger things or hunger bars or whatever. But no, in this version you just heal hearts because there's no hunger. Because there's no such thing. No such thing. Oh, I got some cows here. Anyway. Oh, my sword's on its last leg as well. I still am not quite sure if this is the original sword I had from Spawn, which would be quite crazy because I've been at this for a while. But if it is the last remaining diamond weapon that I had, unless this is the second diamond sword. Trying to think. I don't know. Might be the first. Might be the second. It's one of the two. 50-50. So I'll say it's the first. Oh, there's a nice little sheep over there. Oh, do I need wool? I guess I do need wool. Maybe I'll see if I can find myself a sheep somewhere. Now, I shall see what I can find. Always kind of is what I do. That's kind of what I do in the world here, is I just look around and see what I can find, because I try and make the best of this, of what's going on, which is just an endless, a seemingly endless amount of terrain passing me by. But this series shall see me maybe reach the point where the terrain no longer functions the same way. I gotta see here. There's some interesting land formations, so. Some most interesting land formation. Oh, how long have I been traveling? Oh goodness, let me see. Just over 5 months, I think. So it's been a hot minute. Been a hot minute for sure. It's not quite, walking this amount is not quite the easiest thing in the world. Yeah, that's crazy. That's just part of the commitment to the series. Well, part of the enjoyment. I don't really know what I have for tips, because this whole world was just, I like many other things I'd done. I was most of my single player stuff. Most of my single player stuff, or most stuff I do on my own, that's not doesn't have pre-timed commitments or anything, usually tends to fail. And at the beginning of this series, I mean, I haven't been filming since day one of this. I actually did most of it off camera. I did 1.5 million blocks just off camera, and then I started filming after that. It's a little bit spotty, and now I do pretty much everything in the world now. But as for what I would say for people who want to do their own kind of stuff and kind of keep it going, is I think the best, or the best stuff I've had, the most longevity I've gotten out of things, was just the things that I didn't try and push. I mean, I pushed this, I pushed Newcraft, which is an SMP I play on, but I try not to force it. If I don't know, it seems like it's just more of a natural cycle for me now. I've just gotten used to it. I'm now at a point in Journey to the Farlands where I'm too far to turn back now. It's too far for me to be ending the series preemptively without real need to. If I hit a brick wall and I can't really do the journey anymore, at least I have to take a break, then I will. But I don't know. My best advice is just try and work with what you want to do, and less of what you want or what other people want to do. I feel like trying to make things work on your own terms helps, but it's quite hard. I've talked to other viewers as well. It seems to be a common thing. Yeah, I'm surprised at myself as well. I've surprised myself a lot doing this series, but it definitely helped having this series be the basis for the series being inspired by, because I never would have dreamt of doing something like this if I hadn't seen that it had actually been done before, that it was possible to get to the Farlands naturally, because it is possible. I mean, it takes a while, but it's very easy. It is not easy, but it's very you can definitely do it if you put your mind to it, which I seem to have done that. But I don't know. I feel I guess even in the beginning, because there was a whole 2 months of this series, of literally this Journey to the Farlands world, where it was just a single player world. I didn't stream it, and so I didn't have you guys to rely off for motivation and stuff, which I get now. I do. That kind of always helps, but Yeah. I like to think of how it will make me feel. How it will feel when I reach my goal. Oh yeah, it'll be quite nice. The pay, I think the big thing behind the journey here is that the actual reaching of the Farlands is going to be very exciting. Because if I, having journeyed for so long, it kind of adds that fun, that aspect to the series of the mystery of the Farlands and stuff, and the mystery of the journey itself. I'm not completely in the dark as to when I'll get there. Like I can, I can predict and all that kind of stuff. But even so, having like knowing all that is still having walked all that distance, I think it definitely will be quite interesting, quite interesting to reach them. I've kind of thought since the beginning how I'd feel about reaching them, and at the beginning I was super excited, and now and for the past few months I've kind of just been in this state of, I'm like, it'll be cool. I'm kind of more of more passively looking forward to it, less. Yeah, I'm kind of it's more of a passive enjoyment for the series, less hype. I'm not like hyped about it. Like I was in the beginning, and I was also thinking the series would end on day one as well. I didn't even think I'd make it 30,000 blocks before being like, oh, okay, this is boring. But here I am. Here I am after quite a few months. And it's, yeah. Yeah. It's definitely been cool to see the series get attention as well. That's definitely helped. It's definitely kind of maybe a bit more, I've been motivated the whole time, but it definitely does help, seeing people reaffirm things and stuff and ask questions and all that jazz. It's quite nice because I was not used to that for a long time. Even when I'd started streaming, it was still slow. I was slow to get, people talking about things. So I was just kind of reliant on my own drive for most things, which seemed to work, but definitely helped having people around. Having people around and knowing that it actually has worth. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where I stand on things. Gotta do a nice bed pillar here though. Gotta make sure I get that going. Just yeah, I'll do one more day. Actually, I'm quite tired, so I'll walk for another day. Kind of wrap things up, do some closing discussion, then yeah, I'll do my stuff I do after streaming, and then I will go to bed probably. Just because it's very late where I am now. Well, not very late, but no, it's not early. It's not quite the usual time I film these episodes. Usually when I do long episodes, they drag on into this kind of time frame, but usually I don't do like hour-long episodes at this point. No jungles yet. I remember when they added those. Yeah, now there's no jungles. They don't exist. There's no swamps, none of that. There's just select few biomes that exist. So and the terrain is also quite different because it's still the beta. I guess this is still the original. Yeah, I guess the beta world generation. It got altered a bit, alpha and beta, because all the new trees and stuff. Those versions, all the new trees and the biomes and stuff. And beta 1.8 changed a lot of things. Almost changed everything. And release building on that. It was just a more stable version of all that. I've played release 1.0 Minecraft before. That was quite fun to go back to. Because that version has hardcore. Oh yeah, I'm cutting out, yeah. I'm not surprised. My internet's a bit shoddy at times. So my apologies about that if I'm all choppy. It's just probably my internet or something. I don't know. I try to make do, but the main point of this is to archive it. You know, some things get left by the wayside, like internet, because I don't have the best quality. Well, I have like a decent internet, like for usual things, but I think for streaming, it's not quite up to the mark. I need like to live in town and stuff. I live out of town where I am here. Am I wireless? Is this computer? I think this computer might. Actually, I don't. I think it's wireless right now. Yeah. I used to use it wired, but ever since we've gotten our new internet, I haven't been able to. So yeah, that's kind of been the internet thing. It's been kind of a thing going since day one of this series. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm aware of wired being a good way to connect to the internet. I used to do that, like I said, but there's a much more limited Ethernet connection for this, and like there's devices in my house that require, in the house here that require Ethernet more than the computer, so they get priority. I just make do, making the best of the situation. That's kind of the deal there. Okay. I guess I should walk this way a little bit. Test that out after I finish the episode. Now I always have stuff. I always have my little things I want to do. Oh, I'm out of water too. I'll have to get a drink as well after the episode. Good. I've been streaming a whole lot today, but I haven't been staying hydrated, so I'll probably have to go get a drink in a bit. Well, I guess I'll end the episode first because I don't got much else to dote on for today. I'm getting quite tired. Get some spooky cave sounds. Those still exist. Well, those existed. At least a lot of things existed. Yeah, I'm properly burning the midnight oil. I was trying to think of an episode title like that, because I already had an episode called that, but I feel like this is more fitting. I might just rename the old episode. Sometimes I do that. But this is more fitting to be embracing this episode being a me being tired episode than that actual episode back then. I don't even know what episode that was. I've got like 63 of these episodes now, and the megasodes, so there's a lot to keep up with, which I don't anymore. I just put the content out there, and if it gets views, it gets views. If it doesn't, I just keep going. I keep on keeping on. That's kind of the gist of things around here. It's a lot more natural. We're at about 2.16 million, almost 2.17, I guess, getting closer to that now, but yeah, and that's on both axes. Wow, look at that. Double. See, I'm seeing doubles. It's quite accurate. Oh, those Farlands, those pesky Farlands be. Oh, I said it earlier in the stream. Oh, my tiredness is catching up to me. 12 million, let's see if I can remember. 12,550,821. Yeah, that's about right. Or 824. I've heard it disputed that it could be either of the two. 12,550,821. But it's a matter of 3 blocks. In the grand scheme of things, 3 blocks is nothing compared to 12 million. They're quite different. Oh, that's not 12 million. That's 2.1 million. I've been a busy bee. Although I've been walking fairly consistently though. So there's a reason why. I mean, someone like Kill Crazy Man, who's the first person to reach the Farlands, he did it in 9 months, but he was doing long episodes, like long ones, and that was daily, and so he was able to get there at 30,000 blocks. Did you think you were gonna want history? Oh, fun. Nine months, yeah, 9 months. But yeah, that was like at a pace. That's definitely at a faster pace than I go. And then there's the other end, which there's like yeah, it will take a long time. That's for certain. Because I've been watching. Well, I guess at the beginning of the series before I streamed it, back in August and September of last year and stuff when I'd begun. I had watched Farlands or Bust, which is Kurt J. Max's series. He's a YouTuber from years past, still around, but he's just kind of exclusively does Journey to the Farlands now. Or not Journey to the Farlands, for him it's Farlands or Bust. And he's been doing it for 12 years. 12 years he's been doing that. But he's been doing it at a much different rate. It's all about like the rate at which you're doing it. That, like for Kurt, it's like half an hour episodes, or I guess 1 hour live streams, but it's a lot less. Like it's not like daily like I do. So it's not going to take me 11 years, but it's not going to take me 9 months. So it's somewhere in there. It's probably leaning more towards probably 2 years, 2.5 years. That's my estimate. I'd love to get there sooner, but I'm stretching things as far. I'm spreading myself out as far as I can go. This is kind of my natural pacing right now. Yeah, good luck. Thank you. Fun stuff. Certainly. Oh, I gotta dig my way out of here. Almost time to wrap up the episode, though. Yeah, I do. Scouring the terrain. I've even settled outposts before. Well, I've done one. I did one outpost since spawn. Spawn was kind of mediocre. It was just a mine shaft that I dug out from like at 0-0. There's just a mine shaft that goes down to bedrock, or not bedrock, but it goes down to diamond level, and that was about it. And then I did outpost 1 at 2.1 mil or 2.01 million, which was like like a 100 and something thousand blocks ago, 150k blocks ago. That was at the. That's pretty good actually. That's 150,000 blocks ago. That was the beginning of January, because it was just the beginning of this month that I was doing Outpost 1, and I was at 2,015,000. So we're doing pretty solid. Not breaking records. As I've said, I kind of make a joke of it now, but I guess I'll keep the bed. Keep the bed going here. Yeah. But I'm getting pretty tagged. I wouldn't stream for longer. Oh goodness, getting all these sorts of mobs going on. I'm just gonna leave it like that. Me tomorrow is gonna be in for a bit of a surprise, but yeah, I think that's about it for today, though. Okay, you folks showed up a little. You showed up. It's just late for me, so I gotta sleep like the rest of people. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, though. It was quite entertaining to have a little discussion. It's always nice. So yeah, I'll be talking to you guys or seeing you guys in the next episode or whatever you guys, whatever next stream you watch, or if you do, and so be it. And yeah, so, I said the outro. See ya.